All right, Saturday, made it to Oakshade for the Barney Oldfeild race. I'm just getting my hat out of the truck because with that bald ass head of mine, get some sunburn. Something kind of cool here. We got another fellow YouTuber parked right beside us. I'm sure everybody's heard of Ryan Missler. So it'll be kind of interesting to two YouTube videos out of the same place the same night, right? We're gonna take a little ride. We usually go kind of around here and get a look at the track, see what the track's looking like. I like to go down to turn 1 because you can kind of get right up to the track. So take a little ride around the pits and see what it's looking like. I think there's gonna be quite a few cars here tonight for this race. It's $5 grand to win, so wouldn't surprise me. I know it looks like we're picking up where we left off, but we had to go back because the YouTube machine died, camera died, so we had to go back and get a battery. But hopefully I spliced in here pretty good. That's where we come off the track right there. I don't think we've ever given you guys a tour of Oakshade Raceway. It's actually a pretty well laid out facility, and the way they got the pits and everything like that, there's plenty of room for parking, and it's pretty easy to navigate in and around through here as compared to like 35 when we went there. There wasn't any room in those pits, so this place is expansive compared to that. But this is kind of where we staged to go onto the track right here, and it's kind of neat here because they got pretty good seating in the backstretch. So
I wouldn't say the seats are nice, but it's got a good view.
It's got good potential for good seating. There is a good view. So, and then a lot of times, like this is the beer stock pits. It's kind of funny how you work your way around a track sometimes. We started out 94, I think, is when Dad started racing, and we started out down here. I remember parking right in this area a lot of times as a kid, even back in here a little bit. And then kind of as you move up the ranks, kind of start to gravitate toward the late model pits and sports pits and stuff. So it's kind of strange how time passes and things change. But so this will be the backside of turns 1 and 2. Pretty big facility here. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to give you one of these trucks back here, build a toter home out of it. There's all kinds of stuff laying around this place. This place has been around for quite a while. I don't know exactly what year they started, but
this is the 33rd Barney, so
yeah, and they started, I believe, at the end of the 70s. So the place has been around for quite a minute. A lot of history here, a lot of stuff that's just sitting around. So like I said, we've been coming here since 94, 7 years old when Dad started. So yeah, this is winter circle, so hopefully we end up there after we end up on the front stretch holding that big check. I remember Brandon falling asleep in the grandstands over here all the time as a little kid. Like I said, tiny little Brandon, his ass would be asleep before Dad's feature even started. Of course, back then there was 150 cars at the track a night, and by the time we got out of here it was always like 2 in the morning. But it's a little bit better now. The car count's a little bit down over the years, but more than anything, we're the first division to race a feature, so we get out of here at a decent hour. Unless we stick around. Every now and then it's fun to watch the pure stocks run, but here we are anyway. Front stretch here, turns 1 and 2. Obviously backstretch turns 3 and 4. So you can see it's a little bit different than Attica. We kind of took you up to Attica last week. I showed you down there. You can see the straightaways here are a lot shorter, but the corners are a lot more sweeping. So the speed's a little bit slower at Oakshade than Attica, but it races pretty good here. It's a little bit flatter than Attica, and so you tend to have less traction and everything like that. Obviously the track's a lot drier. They don't got the kind of dirt that Attica has here, so track tends to be a whole lot drier, but that kind of makes for good racing when it gets dry slick like that. You know, you usually get 2-3 wide race and everybody's searching for grip in their own line. There's plenty of width here too, so pretty neat. That's the tour around Oakshade.
All right, so got her all ready. You know, torque the load, set the pressures, got heat in the motor. They're doing hot lap qualifying, so we're in heat 3 to qualify within our heat. See where stuff shakes out from there.
Got done with hot lap qualifying, and I don't want to say they threw us a curve, but they veered from their path a little bit more than we anticipated them veered from their path. So this thing is blown dry slick. I mean, Sunday practice track slick. So we're making a whole bunch of not a whole bunch of changes, but we're making some changes, and you know, you can kind of see that's the theme in the pits right now. You got guys putting carburetor restrictors in, and you know, a bunch of people got shocks and springs off trying to compensate for what this thing's like. So we'll see. I mean, I think we laid a pretty decent qualifying lap in our group. See how it shakes out. Chelsea went to get the lineups now, so set heat race. We were running, we led the whole thing and just got into 3. The sun was in my eyes. Not making excuses, but that's the reality of it. And I ended up just stepping out of line enough, and sure enough, Rusty was there to fill the gap, and that's what he did. So once you see his nose under there, I had nothing for him outside. So ended up second. I mean, but all in all, not too bad of a heat race run. Qualified good. I mean, that's half the name of the game tonight, right? Is qualify good, heat race good. That gets you in the show. So in the show, in the redraw, that's kind of what the name of the game is tonight. Is just get to the show, get in the redraw, and see how it all shakes out. So we'll go back to work for the feature, see what we can do. The track is dry. I don't know if the thing's gonna rubber up. I don't think they can put enough water on it to make it not rubber up after 40 laps. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we start up front in this thing and can stay our way up there and maybe come out with a big check. Oh, we just got back from the redraw. Pulled a 7. There's a 1 and a 7 left. I pulled a 7. Why not? So we're starting kind of deep in this thing. Here's the starting line up here. There's obviously going to be a bunch more cars to fill in after that, but it'll be interesting. They're going to go 30 laps in this feature. It's cool. So making some gambles, making some choices. It's kind of been like that the whole night, but we got everything about ready to go. We got the tire stuff going on now. Just got fuel in the car. Got some family here from out of town, so that's kind of neat. But you can see this pits are just a flurry of activity right now. Everybody trying to either get in this show if they haven't yet, or figure out how to win this show if they have. So we'll see what happens. Starting deep this week. Still inside the top 10. We're in the show. So we'll see. just finished the feature. Started 7th, finished like, I don't know, 10, 12, 13, some shit. Yeah, you hate to bash your local tracks on YouTube or anything, but we had a fucking 40 lap scheduled feature. They told us it was gonna be 30. Somebody made the decision that we were just gonna go ahead and go 40.
As we were already rolling
on the track, and then you got a fucking rubbered up piece of shit 5 laps into the feature. So I mean, we junked 2 rear tires. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that thing is garbage. That was a brand new tire to start the night. The right rear don't look much better. It, like I said, it rubbered up probably 7-8 laps into the thing, and it was follow the leader till somebody made a mistake. So not a good look for you know, when the birthday race comes to town. I mean, if they can't go 40 laps on, you know, we had a decent car count tonight. I think there was probably 35-40 cars, but basically a regular night, and you can't keep the shit from rubbering up after lap 5 in a feature. It's not going to bode well for a summer nationals night, you know, qualifying and all that in the middle of July. So just disappointed. Congratulations to Devin. He started up front and was able to, it was a perfect track for him. Ran his line the whole time and ran a good race and won the thing. I know they've been trying for a while to do that. It's pretty cool to see them get that done, but just really disappointed, you know, really disappointed. I feel like we did a lot of things right. You know, the car wasn't bad, but like I said, it was just basically follow the leader until the checker's wave. Well, you know, there's nothing you can do when a track rubbers up like that. You just suck in line and try not to make a mistake. So it goes. Oak Shade Raceway Park, gotta love it. We'll be back next week somewhere. I don't know where we're gonna go yet, but I'll get this thing loaded up. I mean, right note, no damage other than a bunch of money and tires and fuel wasted. So it goes. That's racing for you, I suppose. Get this thing loaded up. Talk to you tomorrow.